Have you ever felt that reality is much more than it seems? That there's a deeper connection between our minds, the universe, and the very fabric of existence? Today, we're diving deep into a fascinating intersection where modern science meets ancient wisdom. We're talking about quantum physics and Buddhism. Let's start with quantum physics. At its core, it tells us that the world at the smallest level is bizarre and counterintuitive. Particles can be in multiple places at once, a state called superposition. They can be instantaneously connected over vast distances, a phenomenon known as entanglement. And here, the truly mind-bending part, the act of observing a particle seems to change its state. The observer isn't just a passive onlooker. They are an active participant in creating reality. Before observation, things exist as a wave of probabilities. After observation, they collapse into a single, definite state. This concept, known as the observer effect, fundamentally challenges our classical understanding of an objective reality that exists independently of us. Now, let's turn our attention to Buddhist philosophy, which has been exploring the nature of reality and consciousness for over 2,500 years. One of the central tenets of Buddhism is the idea of emptiness, or Sunyata. This doesn't mean that nothing exists. Instead, it means that nothing has an independent, self-contained existence. Everything is interconnected and interdependent. A flower, for example, is not just a flower. It's also the sun, the rain, the soil, and the seed. Take away any of these elements, and the flower cannot exist. It is empty of a separate self. Do you see the parallel? Quantum physics shows us an entangled, interconnected web of reality at the subatomic level, while Buddhism describes this same interconnectedness on a macroscopic and philosophical scale. Both suggest that our perception of separate, solid objects is a kind of illusion. This leads us to the Buddhist concept of nirvana. Often misunderstood as a heavenly place, nirvana is actually a state of being. It's the extinguishing of the fires of greed, hatred, and delusion. It's the liberation from suffering, which in Buddhism arises from our attachment to things and our mistaken belief in a permanent, separate self. When one achieves nirvana, they see reality as it truly is, a dynamic, interconnected flow, free from the illusion of a solid self. It's an awakening, a profound shift in consciousness where you realize you are not a drop in the ocean, but the entire ocean in a drop. In this state, the conventional boundaries of time and space dissolve. Speaking of time and space, both quantum physics and Buddhism offer revolutionary perspectives. In Einstein's theory of relativity, a precursor to many quantum ideas, time and space are not absolute. They are woven together into a single fabric, space-time, which can be bent and warped. From a Buddhist viewpoint, our linear perception of time past, present, and future is a product of our minds. It's a mental construct. Ancient texts often speak of moments of enlightenment where time seems to stop, and one experiences an eternal now. The end of life, in this context, is not an annihilation, but a transition. Perhaps it's just the dissolution of one form, one pattern, back into the vast, interconnected web of existence. So, what is the key to navigating this complex reality? In a word, wisdom. But what is wisdom? It's not just about accumulating knowledge or facts. In the Buddhist tradition, wisdom, or prajna, is the direct, intuitive understanding of the true nature of reality. It asks the ability to see beyond the illusions created by our minds and perceive the interconnectedness and emptiness of all phenomena. It's not something you learn from a book. It's something you cultivate through practices like meditation and mindfulness. By training the mind to be still and clear.